Bieżący Państwu Goa Kochi Express. Uczestniczy
Having spent some time exploring the Ajanta and Ellora caves, we decided to try and escape the inland heat and head to the coast. Goa seemed like the perfect destination, so we hopped onto the next overnight train, hoping that all would be well in the morning. This was our first overnight train in India, and you can tell that one of us is grumpy in the morning. By the way, it's me.
Where are we going, Rachel?
Feeling refreshed after my nice sleep.
Where are we going?
Arambol or Palolem.
How do we get there?
An auto rickshaw or a taxi or a bus.
Once we arrived in Madgaon, we hopped into a prepaid taxi to get to our destination. He was quite an unconventional driver, blasting techno and driving like a f***ing lunatic. Outside Margao station, there's a large map of Goa. We had no idea where to go, but from our research, we knew that we had to go to the extreme south or the extreme north because mass tourism had destroyed the smallest state in India. So we had a choice of two places to go, Arambol or Palolem. So we flipped a coin and ended up going north to Arambol. Goa. Some of the most beautiful beaches in the world. Everybody's really relaxed, super chill. Even the animals are chilled. Wonderful weather, beautiful scenery, great landscapes. Look at that. You can even go paragliding. Accommodation's really cheap too. It's relatively clean. Wait, hang on, what's that? Is that a used condom somebody left behind? That's disgusting. Wait, is that sewage going straight into the ocean? I took a swim there. But wait, hang on, I think they catch fish from there as well, don't they? I had fish for lunch. And dinner. Oh my god, I don't feel so good. I'm gonna myself, I'm gonna vomit. Hang on. Isn't this a very conservative country? Why are these people dressing naked? Why are all these Indian dudes just perving on these European tourists? That's so weird. Oh my god, is that a bong for sale? Is that a t-shirt with a cannabis plant on it? Ah, what is this? Elephant pants? What a load of hippie touristic bullshit. Okay, that was a bit of an exaggeration. But after shitting yourself for 10 days, you just want to get out of there. So as soon as we recovered from our food poisoning and gathered some energy, we ordered a taxi to get the hell out of there. We headed back to Madgaon station. The taxi driver was a lot more chill, and he took us through the back routes to avoid the traffic. On the way we saw some beautiful landscapes and saw villages where true Goans live. On reflection, we should have given Goa a bit more of a chance. But at this point, we were really sick of Goa and just wanted to get down to Kerala. So we boarded an overnight train to Fort Kochi, the next stop on our Indian adventure. When we woke woke up the next morning, we admired the wonderfully lush jungle for an hour or so before we pulled into Kochi. Kochi, or Cochin, has been drawing traders, explorers, and travellers to its shores for over 600 years. Nowhere else in India could you find such an intriguing mix. Giant fishing nets from China, a 400-year-old synagogue, ancient mosques, Portuguese houses, and the crumbling remains of the British Raj. It's also the financial capital of Kerala, and, with a population of more than 2 million, the biggest urban agglomeration in the state. Mainland Ernakulam is the hectic transport and cosmopolitan hub you arrive in. Many other islands are linked by a network of ferries and bridges. We had to make our way to our homestay in Fort Kochi, which was a bit more complicated than expected. A rickshaw, followed by a boat, and then another rickshaw, finally took us to our homestay at Good Karma Inn, a wonderfully peaceful place set within a tropical urban landscape. Kochi features a tropical monsoon climate. In other words, it's goddamn hot. The heat and humidity create an unpleasant climate for trousers. To tackle this, the lungi is a type of sarong, a traditional garment worn across the waist across Asia. This is why you can see many men constantly adjusting their lungi. It's practical for the heat, not so practical if you need to run a marathon. The name Cochin implies Ko-Chin, meaning like China. It looked like China when the Chinese came to the region during the 14th century and installed Chinese fishing nets. These enormous spider-like contraptions require at least 4 people to operate their counterweights at high tide. Modern fishing techniques are making these labour-intensive methods less and less profitable, but they supply much of the fresh lake fish you'll see on display for sale. Over the years, Kochi has witnessed rapid commercialization and has today grown into the commercial hub of Kerala. One example of this rapid commercialization was Lulu Mall. We had to buy a new camera, which isn't an easy task in India. Buying expensive electronics off the back of a van that also sells spices doesn't exactly give you confidence in the quality of your purchase.
5 years back, it was almost impossible for someone in Kerala to even dream of an international shopping experience.
So we were lucky to find Lulu Mall, and although it was a strange sight within a bustling Indian city where all trade is done on the dishevelled streets, it turns out many Indians go to the mall to, number 1, escape the heat and enjoy air conditioning, and number 2, watch the rich buy things but never actually making a purchase themselves. For us, the Sony Alpha 6000 was an expensive purchase we wanted to get right. So it was a strange experience being in the store surrounded by 25 young Indian males watching our every move whilst we tested and purchased the camera. Slightly paranoid, we thought we were going to get ambushed once we stepped outside the mall.
Stop pestering me! I'm married, you know.
Of course, it didn't happen, and we headed back to Fort Kochi to enjoy the relaxing atmosphere, far away from the hustle and bustle of busy Ernakulam.
It's been a wonderful shopping experience.